You could be losing thousands of dollars every month to manual data entry tasks. What if I told you that there's now AI technology that can read any screen, match complex data across different systems, and then generate accurate spreadsheets faster than your best employee, all from a single smartphone photo? Most business owners think that AI automation is only for tech companies with multi-million-dollar budgets. But that assumption is costing you more money every single day that you wait to act on it. Today's demonstration is going to focus on engineering and facilities management. The AI capabilities we're exploring have massive implications across virtually every industry. Medical professionals matching patient records across different hospital systems to legal teams cross-referencing case documents from multiple databases. These same pattern recognition and data matching skills are just changing how professionals handle complex information workflows. I'll show you exactly how to adapt these techniques for your specific industry. For today's task, engineers are out working on multiple buildings and they have iPads that give them work tasks. The billing for these tasks works in the background with the accounting department, but they want to allocate exact percentages of the labor hours spending over each building. But these blue-collar techs don't know or don't care about the accounting problem. They just want to get their work done. So they snapped a few photos of their screens for me showing lists of all the buildings that they're working on. This is where building automation systems, these are systems that control air handlers and different equipment operate. And now I've got to go through and proportionally allocate all of these, the dollar flows, to make sure that the work gets done and that it gets billed properly and that no one gets ripped off. First, we're going to demonstrate how AI reads and extracts data from iPhone screenshots of building automation screens. Then we'll watch it automatically building names across different naming conventions and systems. And our reward at the end is going to be a complete Excel spreadsheet with formulas that calculates all the allocations that we need faster and more accurately than any human could do manually, and about 5% of the time that it would take the smartest person to do by hand. I'm Evan Goldstein. I'm a licensed professional engineer and a data scientist. And I'm building the AI Capitalist R&D channel to give you the AI tools that you need to conquer the world. Let's go over the data that we have to work with here. What we're looking at is a breakdown of a building automation system. These are computerized systems that run air conditioners, pumps, and boilers inside of different buildings. Here we've got a list of different buildings within this campus that I'm working with, and all of these are controlled by the system. Now there's several different systems, this being an old campus with hundreds of buildings and lots of different systems running. A technician has actually just gone up to the screen, snapped a picture on his iPhone, and sent it to me. Here's where it gets interesting, because we're not just dealing with one system. Here's another one from a different system that has different names. Now, you'll see some of these names are short, like McCormick. Is it McCormick Hall? We have McCormick Tribune Center on the other screen. Here we have a different building automation system from a different supplier that has some other buildings in it. Now, what we want to get here is a proportional allocation. Each of these buildings has its own square footage, and we want to tally up all these buildings, get the total square footage, and then the percentage of the total that each building is, so that when we're either billing hours or supplying to these buildings, we can automatically proportionally divide it up among these buildings. Now here I have the buildings and allocations. This is a spreadsheet, and here we list all of the different buildings, the names. Each building has a name and an address. Sometimes the name is the address, and sometimes it's got a special name because someone got a lot of money, stick their name on the building. Let's look up McCormick. So in this case, we have McCormick Hall, and then there's McCormick Foundation. The same guy gave money to different buildings, so there's a few buildings named after him. I want to see how the AI does at matching up buildings with what appeared on the screen. This is going to involve converting what's listed on the screen into a list of buildings and then finding them on that list. What happens next will either prove that AI has finally mastered complex pattern recognition, or it's going to show us exactly where it still fails. If you're as curious as I am about which way this goes, hit the like button because we're about to find out together. Column A is the building name. Column B, we're going to want the gross area of that building. In column C, we want the percentage of all the square footage. The percentages should total up to 100%. For any building that the AI can't find or can't do a matchup with, add that building and leave the building square footage. I'm an engineer. Instead of typing this in, I'm just going to take this video, download it, and then upload it to the AI as its instructions. Let's see if it can handle it. Let's do it. Well, I'm short on time and it's taken a while for the video to render, but I did get a link from my video editor in Descript. So I'm wondering if Perplexity can read a video from a link as instructions. Let's test that out. Okay, so your video should be found in the attached link, and then I gave the link Your output should be an Excel spreadsheet. Now we're going to put it into labs mode. We're going to attach the file. Okay, here are all the files. You can upload all those. I've clicked I've clicked labs here, Perplexity Labs. I instructed it to make an Excel output and go. And it tells me it's going to be 9 minutes. The time is 12:44. We'll see. And I am going to go get some coffee. What happened next surprised even me. All right, it's been a little over 15 minutes and it's still going here, actually almost 20 minutes. And Perplexity has been choking on trying to get the transcript to download. I'm watching it go over and over through it. So I wrote up the instructions and I'm just going to do it right here. Bang. So now we're going to see how long this one takes. This one is also claiming 9 minutes. It always seems to guess about 9 minutes to do a project. So we'll see how it does with this. The conclusion, I am going to explaining what it did, what problems it came up with. And what we're seeing here is that it gets the gross square footage, but the proportional percentage we're trying to calculate is still just a number. When AI tries to do calculations itself, it can come out with weird answers. If we highlight all these, it comes out to 100% even. This looks correct, but I want to see formula in here because what if I update these zeros with actual numbers? Let's see if we can get Perplexity to do that. So I'm just going to reprompt. I'm saying this is good, but it was output as a CSV without the formulas to show how the figures were actually calculated. You output a .lsx spreadsheet with the calculation formulas included in each cell and go. So it took about 4 minutes and it got through the calculation and here it is. So here are our results and we've got screenshot name, the official name off of the main list, the gross square footage, and the proportional percentage. Now it's time to do our sanity check. This doesn't look quite right because I see 69% of the building. The AI made a mistake that if we ignored it could cost us thousands. This is obviously more than 100% here, but it looks like we're multiplying by 100 in the formula. So we're going to change the formula. Now it doesn't have the buildings that it missed, but let's look at the bottom here. We're still at 50%. Why is that? It must be counting the overall area twice if it's getting 50% of the total is allocated. Oh, we'll come over to column D here, and sure enough, it's getting the entire column C, not just down to the final value here. Let's fix that. The last one here is C101. Another problem, it's still multiplying by 100. It's trying, it's really trying. It's just slightly off. So you've got to do your sanity check before you do anything else, okay? And now we are accounting for 100%. So there are a few of these that we're going to have to look up online and sort of track these down because these were not found. So these ones we have to enter in these values manually. But overall, like 99% of the work has been done here for us. So step one of any AI process where we're doing a very tedious accounting procedure is to do a sanity check, which we just did by the 100% check. Step two is to do a spot check to see if these numbers are actually being reflected accurately because AI can also hallucinate. All right, so we've got 1201 Davis. Let's start there. So this is the original. On the right here is the original sheet. There's 1201 Davis, 129,835, 129,835. We're good. Let's pick another one. Kellogg Global, 484,223, 484,223, and so on. I would check 4 or 5 values, make sure that it's transcribing it perfectly. This is something that AI did not used to be able to do, and now it seems to be much more accurate and capable. All that's left is to go through and manually fill in anything that it missed and to spot check. So what do we learn from this experience? Well, AI can now accurately perform OCR on mobile phone screenshots and extract structured data. And I didn't even have to specifically prompt it to do it. It reasoned its way toward knowing that it needed to do that. Secondly, pattern matching across the naming conventions can reliably work. I was also able to create Excel formulas for proportional calculations. It didn't just output static numbers, but only when we specifically told it that that's exactly what we wanted it to do. Sanity checking remains essential. So AI can make formula errors that can compound into much larger errors. We can usually quickly find those errors and correct them. And lastly, the technology handled 99% of tedious data entry work, and it just leaves a little manual cleanup for some unmanaged items. 6 months ago, AI couldn't reliably read text from screenshots or cross-reference it against complex databases with different naming conventions. So today's demonstration shows that AI successfully performs multi-step reasoning now. It can match partial names to full building records, calculate all these proportional allocations, and generate working Excel formulas. This represents a huge leap in AI's ability to handle real-world data complexity that would typically require human judgment. Now, on the plus side, for all the tedious work that we've done, if you're a human being, and you're going through and you're matching up these exact allocations line by line, first of all, it's going to take you a good 2 days to get through all this, right? Secondly, you're going to get it wrong. Everybody makes transcription errors. While this example focused on facilities management, these same capabilities can transform other professions. In healthcare, AI can read patient monitoring screens and automatically match data to electronic health records across different hospital systems. In legal work, from scanned court documents and then cross-reference case details against legal databases, it can identify the relevant precedents that might take attorneys hours to find manually. We explore these AI capabilities and how they can be customized for your specific industry or workflow. Come visit AIcapitalist.ai. Evan Goldstein provide consulting advice in the AI business space, and I can give you tailored and powerful solutions for your own unique challenges.
This content is for informational and educational purposes only. Nothing in this video constitutes financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. Viewers should not act or refrain from acting based on any information presented without consulting a qualified professional who understands their individual circumstances. While efforts are made to ensure accuracy, no guarantee is given as to completeness or timeliness. All examples and demonstrations are illustrative and not endorsements of any specific strategy, service, or product. Use of the information presented is at your own risk.